It's Monday, November 10th. I'm Adam Walsh, and you are listening to a special episode of The Signal, live from Conception Bay North. We're bringing you some special coverage today. We're checking in with folks. After the summer, that was the summer that everyone had. We're seeing how people are doing, and we're looking ahead. And noodling there on the guitar. Well, can you noodle and talk, Larry, at the same time?
I can try it.
See, I'm really asking a lot of you now.
It's a lot, yeah. It's big demands this morning.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a musician. I live in Victoria and been a musician for 25 or 30 years now, playing different places. I got involved in the evacuation centers and schools, and here at Salem this morning, of course. Just jumping in to help out where I can.
And we got you pressed into doing this today, some live music for us.
Got pressed. It wasn't a hard press, though. All you had to do was ask, and I was always interested in this kind of thing, and just to see the setup and meet the people back again and hear the stories of what they're going through. It's just been easy to accept.
So tell me now, you've got a couple songs you're going to play for us today. Well, we got 2 or 3 songs, I think, and then you're here for some entertainment. What's it like being someone who's doing entertainment when your town's going through a disaster and you're brought in to just be there for folks?
It was tough because I know a lot of people. I played hockey with a lot of people down here through the years, and I played softball, different sports. Many cadets, some people have been in cadets where I was a cadet leader and they lost their home. And I didn't think about what I would go through or what anybody would go through. I just grabbed the guitar and jump in and play a few songs and do what you can. That's basically what I set out to do.
So like me and you've been talking, joking around having nerves and stuff today, but to go in when you're at like at an evacuation center and you grab your guitar, are there any nerves with that because of, you're not sure of the reaction?
Very emotional time, yeah. There's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of people have gone through devastation. And you're just trying your best to hold it together yourself. It's been an emotional time for everybody, really. It was hard. It was hard to do, but it was easy to go do it, but it was hard to do as well.
What's the moment like when you see a connection with folks and then you see like what you're doing is actually doing as intended and it's working and it's offering a bit of escape and even a bit of, whether it's levity or just a bit of a connection?
Yeah, it was good. You go in, you try to help some people and you look around, there's a lot of heads down, but people's gone through so much, but I always look at their feet and they're tapping their feet, so you know that you're making a little bit of a difference somehow, right? It's nothing great. You just go in and do what you can. There's been a lot of musicians. I've just been the chosen one to come here this morning, but certainly I'm representing all the people that went to all the evacuation centers and the schools and they played and sang. So I'm representing all those. They've done a wonderful job. Everybody just jumped in to help.
I never thought about the foot tapping thing. Like I'm big on, like talking to folks, I'm big on kind of body language and getting a feel for what's comfortable, what's not, where a conversation is going. I've never looked at someone's feet before, but yeah, of course with music, and especially depending on the type of music, you see that foot give a little tap.
Yeah, you see that little tap, you know that you're maybe taking your minds off it for a few moments. Like it's so hard for them not to think about everything, but for that little brief time, maybe they just get lost in a song or they just tap their feet along and trying to forget about things. A lot of people said, they were very thankful for the music. When you're finished, they come out to help, lug equipment out, and they just say thank you so much, and I was very, very happy with that,
So now, like I mentioned in my introduction there, a part of today is about kind of taking stock of where things are and where things are headed. So for yourself, what do you think about where things are and where things are headed?
Some people's got out of the gate quick, insurance is cut in, and they're building homes, and there's a lot of people still tied up probably with insurance, trying to get it to go through. And there's a lot of people that have no insurance. My challenge to the government, I suppose, to anybody, that we need to look after those people. Those people need to be taken care of because there's people's families of older ladies and they're living in older homes that maybe are uninsurable. They lost everything, so I think we as a province, the government, we need to step in and really make the difference. Really get out there and get things done to help those people back.
Larry Baldwin, thank you so much for starting the show and an instrumental. I've never done a musical interview at the same time as someone who's playing and talking to me, so you're doing a great job. Thank you so much.
First for two of us. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, sir. Larry Baldwin is my anchor guest for today, folks. I'm Adam Walsh. This is The Signal, live on location in Conception Bay North. So Larry's going to come back with a couple songs. We're going to bring Councillor Sue Rose into the conversation now. Sue is making coffee for folks, but she's going to come over for a little chat too. As she hits, come on over. How's the coffee making going?
It's going well, Adam, and want to thank you for coming out today. It's an important day. Every day we talk about what happened to us and share our experiences is very valuable. So thank you.
No, look, thank you for hosting us here. Thanks for the continued communication from the start through, because we're going to meet some more folks throughout this hour. One of the conversations we were having was just, I feel like, for CBC now, it's the importance of having stories up and out, like it's the assessing of back when things were happening and it was an emergency situation, and now in the where are things. And I driving into town this morning when Arlette and I were driving in, and we saw the cement mixers. I've never been so happy to kind of see a cement mixer, and I'm not from here, so I can only imagine what it's like for folks here. What's it like for you?
It's emotional. Every time I see someone rebuilding, I do get emotional. It's been quite a journey. I guess I'm 68, and emotions just take over all the time. It's been quite a summer, as you know, and many people are still dealing with the trauma. I spent a few days on the West Coast visiting my family. I didn't know how traumatized I was until I got away, and I'm always talking about, we had a meeting with Minister Ottenheimer last week and Riley, our MHA, and so people are starting to see the long-term implications, the long-term impacts. I wake up every morning thinking about the people without insurance. There's many, there's dozens and dozens. And one thing I want to say to the public today, and I hope everyone is listening, we have to stop judging. There's various reasons why people do not have insurance, particularly if they're a single person living from paycheck to paycheck. $2,000 or $3,000 is not possible. Some of the homes were not insurable. We had a number of families that lost their insurance after May the 7th, which is devastating, and most of them burnt. So we need to start thinking about rebuilding, and rebuilding the North Shore means everyone comes back, and the people that lost their homes without insurance, my concern is that they need some hope. We need to give them hope. I'm not sure what kind of structures they'll have and how that's going to be fine. We don't know anything about that yet, but I hear from them every day, and they are in a lot of stress. There's some that can't leave their homes. I heard from a gentleman a couple of nights ago that his wife hadn't left the house. She's traumatized, and so there's all kinds of things. We have the mental health clinic. You got to stop me because I can go on. But hopefully they're going to begin reaching our residents.
So that was what I was going to ask about, right? Because as I've been chatting with folks this morning, it's like the discussion of collective trauma for a community and communities. For you've got what individuals went through, what all these communities have gone through, what the first responders went through, and it's been months. Now we're moving ahead in time, but like you said, the importance of having mental health in the conversation, trying to be there for folks. So what has to happen now to get to those folks who need that help? What are some of the changes around looking at mental wellness and mental health for these communities, for helping people? What else, to build on what's on the ground? You talked about what's here. What else needs to happen to help them?
Okay, as a council, we started to see, I know the residents, and I certainly got to know people 25 days in an emergency situation at the evacuation center. I was there every day, as you know. I formed new friendships, wonderful friendships, and what needs to happen is we're going to hire a social coordinator, which will be responsible for doing some assessments to see exactly how many people are not reaching out to the clinic in Western Bay for whatever reason. But I can tell you this, that a lot of people here feel, I got a family, I can't reach out, I'm not nuts, and all of these things. It's a reality for us, and I can guarantee you, Adam, every single person needs someone to talk to, and more than once. And so we're hoping to do group events.
Yeah, so because there's some stigma busting, obviously, still. Because hey, in this 2025 world we're living in, there's still a lot of stigma around mental health and supports.
Yes, and I'm eager to get the others in now because I don't know if you got any more questions, but I was sort of taken back on the West Coast. I visited some people that never ever heard the struggles that we went through, just thought it was a fire like every other fire. This was not every other fire. Ryan Cook's watch CBC to see the journey that we're all on. And this is going to be, 2, 3, 4 years to rebuilding. And my goal is to rebuild the North Shore as one unit, stronger than ever and more, so it's a journey.
Yeah. And last question before I let you go. I know we're going to get someone else now too, and there's a nice crowd here behind us. You can hear the hum of people talking, and you talked about going to the West Coast for your own, and realizing your own how you're doing.
Yes.
How you doing now? Are you taking care of yourself, Sue?
I'm starting to, yeah, I am. But again, it's hard to wake up in the morning and think about people that, they've spent a lifetime building their home, their sheds, their house, and everything is gone. I can't imagine it. I don't know if anybody listening can just visualize for a moment. Everything you own and worked for is gone, and you have no means of putting it back. It's stress like we can't imagine.
And the range of it's you, and it can also be your neighbors, and then you've got another neighbor whose house is still there, and they've got the guilt of that, and that goes on and on, all through multiple communities, right? It's all of that.
Yes,
right.
It's all of that. And again, thank you for coming, and you've got lots of people waiting to talk to.
And I appreciate, as always, thank you for taking time. Councillor Sue Rose there, we've talked to Sue a lot. From back when the wildfires first started through to now on what's been happening here, what the updates are, what's been needed. Hi, how are you? Step in front of that microphone. Do me that. There we go.
Hi.
Hi, get you to introduce yourself if you could.
All right. My name is Tammy Chalk, and I did have a home in Okerpit Cove.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, and we were talking this morning. Just tell folks a bit about just where things are at with you now today, and just the one step in front of the other that you're trying to take.
There's not really one step in front of the other because every time I make one step, it's about 50 steps back.
Yeah.
Dealing with reality and thinking that when this is all over, I can go back, unlock my door, paint my table, do whatever I want in my own house, and open a store that was supposed to be open on the 15th of August. It's really hard to distinguish between reality and non-reality because it's not there no more.
No. Right.
There's absolutely nothing left. It's all ash. Even the well had to be condemned. So I do have a nice clean property now thanks to the Christian Aid Ministries. But looking forward into the future, I don't have anything to look forward to.
No. So then what needs to change to help you without having all those steps back, with making progress forward?
Making progress forward for everybody who lost their homes, who had no insurance. We need to find out what's going to be done for us so that we don't have to live in limbo every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm staying at an Airbnb, but I'm only there until April 30th, and after that, I'm homeless again. And I can't even start over because it's not a permanent place for me to stay. But then trying to find a permanent place to stay if a house is not built on my property, that's hard enough because rent is so high. I ended up having to go on social services because I couldn't open my store and get off welfare.
Yeah.
So I don't have any future to even look forward to. When my property was there before the fire took it, I actually had a past because my husband passed in 2024 and he built the house and he left everything there. Wanted me to look after, but now it's all gone. I had a present because I was doing up the house, I was looking after it, I was getting ready to open a craft store. And my future was supposed to be the craft store to get myself off of welfare. But now it's all gone, so I don't have any of it.
No.
I don't have not one thing. trying to start over, living on $45 a week, you can't start over. You can't even feed yourself.
No, right?
So and it's really hard because it's not just me who lost everything I had and everybody else. It's also the people who still have their homes standing and they're looking out the window and seeing all their neighbors gone. So everybody is affected with this in one way or another. It's just the problem is that everybody doesn't know which way to turn, especially those like me who lost their home and have no idea of what's going to happen.
Well, and I think this is why it's so important to be able to have these conversations. And I know, I'm really appreciative of you sharing some of your story, because I know it's a hard thing to tell and to talk about, but to know that there's more folks out there like you, and to have the rest of the province understand what people are going through, and then hopefully some conversations can happen, because as you said, more help is needed, and there need to be conversations around that, and speaking about it so that people know is one of the steps. So
I wish that there wasn't anybody else that was going through what I'm going through, but unfortunately there is, and there definitely has to be a huge conversation about how we are going to get some help. Because there's no sense for us to have a piece of property on the shore here if we have nothing to live in.
Yeah. No.
So,
Tammy, thanks so much for sharing.
you're more than welcome.
I appreciate you
Thank
coming
you.
in. Yeah, and you're sticking around for the show. You sticking around for the
Yes,
end of it?
I'll stick around
Okay,
for the
thank
show.
you so much. All right, folks. Yeah, I'm Adam Walsh. This is The Signal. We're hearing, it's a full range, right? You're hearing from folks today who were uninsured, folks who did have insurance and might be in the process of having a home built back, others who are still waiting for some answers. It's a full range here today. We also have some music from Larry. What are you going to play, by the way? Larry Baldwin's playing music today.
Well, let's do a Sunny Dream. Good old Ron Hines tune.
There you go. And so, if you're just joining us, folks, Larry was playing at the evacuation center during the height of everything, and he's chatting with us now today and also playing some music.
Okay, here we go. Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space. You can take off your sneakers and give up the race. You can lay down your head by the sweet riverbed. Sonny always remembers the words his mama said. Well, Sonny, don't go away. I am here. And your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And the nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Sonny carries alone, and he's barely a man. There ain't all that to do, still he does what he can. And he watches the sea from the road by the stairs and waves keep on rolling. They've done that for years. Oh, son, don't go away. I am here alone. And your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And the nights get so long and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. It's 100 miles to town. Sonny's never been there. And he goes to the highway and he stands there and stares. And the mail comes at 4, and the mailman is old, but he still dreams his dreams of silver and gold. Sonny's dreams can't be real. They're just stories he read. They're just stars in his eyes, and they're dreams in his head. And he's hungry inside for the wide world outside, and I know I can't hold it. Oh, I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. I am here alone. And your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And the night
good job on that.
Thank you very much, sir.
What does that song mean to you when you play it?
That song is, well, it's a traditional Ron Hines piece. Of course, I always liked Ron Hines' music. He was an icon in Newfoundland for sure, and a lot of Newfoundlanders. So I kept it at home this morning because all the Newfoundland groups are gathering now tonight, actually, and doing this big concert. So it's, a lot of those people are being represented, and the ones that have gone before us who've done lots of this stuff. So try to keep it all at home this morning, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those songs that really, across Newfoundland and Labrador, folks can just easily connect with so much because it means so much to people.
Yeah, a lot of people know that song, so you'll find a lot of people singing along, right? So I chose that song this morning. If you look down the audience here, everybody's singing along and tapping along, so makes it easier to sing too, Adam, when you're up here.
Yeah, I saw some feet going there, right? It's that foot tapping thing you were talking about. We're going to bring some more guests up here now, and I will say, just to jump on what Larry was saying there, we Stand on Guard Once More concert, sold out show. All proceeds go to the Canadian Red Cross, NL Wildfire Response Fund, hosted by Daphne Doyle and NTV's Tony Marie Wiseman. And you've got Buddy Watson, Name of the Other Fellers, The Fables, The Ennis Sisters, The Master Letter Smith, Rum Ragged, you name it. Today, 7 p.m. Newfoundland time, 7:30 in most of Labrador on CBC TV, GEM, Radio 1, everywhere, and on YouTube. How you doing? Introduce yourself.
I'm Tina Bursey, and I'm on the North Shore Recovery Committee. And there's 4 of us who represent the unincorporated communities. There's myself, who represents Kingston, and Stella Johnston, who represents Northern Bay, Josephine Hogan, who represents Western Bay, and there's also Tammy Boo, who represents Oakwood Cove.
What's work been like?
Work?
Yeah, with the recovery work, what you're doing.
It's been very hard.
Yeah.
It's been very hard because people are struggling, and being an unincorporated community right now, the government doesn't know really how to deal with us.
Yeah.
So we did have a meeting with Minister Oppenheimer on Friday, and she listened to our concerns, and she took our proposal, and they're going to review it. So hopefully within our second meeting, we'll be able to come to some way to help us who are unincorporated. We are, like Western Bay, is a majority of where the damage happened, and it really needs to be helped. And right now, people are looking at us and saying, we need this and we need that, but right now we don't know how to get that for them. So we're trying our best. But the meeting with Mrs. Oppenheimer, or the Minister Oppenheimer, really went well. And she really did listen to what we had to say.
So then what do you think? I mean, that's quite I'm just thinking of just what you mentioned, right? It's like you're hearing what folks need.
Yes.
And then you're imagining the end result.
Yes.
But then the middle bit of but what are the levers and how do we get there? And so step 1, meet with the minister, sure, right?
That's right.
And have and be seen and heard and understood.
Yes.
What do you hope happens next?
So then we wrote up a proposal of what we needed, of what the community needed, a framework like brush removal, housing, safety, businesses. We wrote up a proposal for all that for the unincorporated, and we mentioned about having a disaster recovery coordinator who could work between us and the government and the unincorporated people like the council. So that person would be our go-to in between, and then hopefully everybody would be able to get the same results. Because like I said, the unincorporated does have the most devastation, and they really need an outlet or to be able to help. So this is what we've done. We put in a proposal, and we're hoping that the minister and her cabinetries will look at it, and it'll go down in history if it does happen.
Did you ever imagine you'd be in a position like this?
No, not a bit. Actually, I'm kind of winging it.
Yeah.
I'm more the person who goes around giving out donations, and I'll collect the donations if someone needs pillows and blankets and things like that. I got no trouble doing that stuff. But when it comes to meeting with the minister and having government meetings and doing interviews, I'm not that person.
Well, I think it seems like you're doing a great job, and you're doing a great job communicating now. And the fact that you had time in front of the minister,
Yes,
and
we
she heard
did.
you, right? I mean, that's
That was big.
Yeah.
As our committee, we were very honored for her. I mean, they were only 5 days within cabinet.
Yeah.
Some were only 3. and they had this devastation on their top priority, so which was really big for us.
What's something beautiful about your community?
Something beautiful. What I can say is, no matter if we're unincorporated or incorporated, we stick together. Like we're all here today. It doesn't matter who we are, right?
I like how, this Salem Community Center, or town center, I should say, slowly but surely, right? I know I'm not speaking to everyone here today, but we've got extra people showing up, checking them out, saying hi.
That's right.
People here, some people, they showed up, were like, we're here to support this person. And I'm like,
Yes,
oh, okay.
that's
great,
right. Yeah, because when I walked in, I was like, oh my God. So the first one I seen was Lynn. I was like, okay, Lynn, what's going on? And she's, so we do support one another. And everybody knows everybody. And we're here. If someone needs a blanket or a pillow or a hammer or help putting up walls, doesn't matter, we're all there. Right? That's what we do. Like my mom and dad are rebuilding their house now. They're 77 and 76. And the yard is full because everybody is like looking and saying, what do you need? Can we help? And that's what we love about the North Shore.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure.
And good news is, this part of your job for right now is over. You're done.
I know.
You survived the interview.
I survived.
So good job, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank
nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right, folks, Tina Bursey there, right? Just talking about, again, like it's that range for rebuilding. And if you're in an unincorporated community, having that time with the minister to talk about what is needed for representation, for recovery, and the steps ahead, massively important. Tracy Crocker is here in front of me. How you doing?
I'm good. How's your day going?
Good. I see, you've got a list in front of you.
I got to come prepared. I have like an HDD kind of thing. It's like I'm all over the place. It's something shiny.
Yeah, no, we were talking about the list. We were talking about the list earlier.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking time to talk to me today on this show.
Oh, no problem.
Tell folks just a bit about yourself.
Western Bay, lived here 20 years, former from Mount Pearl, but other than that, luckily I was covered. Everything is taken care of with me, so now it's just sitting back and waiting.
So then, as you wait,
see things.
Okay.
That's why the list is
actually,
here.
so this will get us into the list. So let's knock off a couple of these on the list. What do you got there?
Okay, one thing is like Red Cross, grateful for everything that they're doing, but it's being treated like an everyday job. So you know how you work 10 years, 20 years at a job and it gets like old hand?
Yeah.
Basically, this is like if you only had someone stand out in front just to give you what ifs, this happens, all this kind of stuff. Just instead of being ushered through and corralled here and all that kind of stuff. So like one example would be like that $500 stipend that was given at first. Sitting, waiting in the lineup, I had two little kitchen grandmas, the ones that never ate a hot meal in their life, just sitting next to me with a number. Their cards were a different color. They started to panic. I said, don't worry. I said, I'll just make sure you come in behind me. Like I'm number 17, they're 18, 19. So that was fine. I went in first. Then, of course, luck of the draw, I found a trainee. So I had to stay for a while and wait and ask questions. So as he was going through the rigor of all of it, at that time, I was the last holdout with a flip phone. I was not getting a new phone until cell towers came in the area. So that was out for putting the money on my phone. Second was the debit Visa card. Murphy's Law prevails. I'd either lose the card, strip would go blank, something would happen. It's like, no thank you. And as I heard on the advertisement, they give out checks. So I said, check would be perfect. I don't need the money right now. So he looks at me, I don't think we give out checks. I was like, yes, you do. And then, of course, as being a trainee, had to go find that information. So while I'm sitting there, the little kitchen grandma came in behind me and sat to the side of me. So being in a quiet room and everybody almost shoulder to shoulder with each other, you hear things, right? When you're just sitting and waiting. So here's the Red Cross lady was saying, okay, well, do you have a phone? And pipes up, little kitchen grandma, no, my phone's my house. Oh no, okay. We have a Visa debit card. And I never heard nothing. She said, well, you take this and your money is on it. And next thing I hear, a little kitchen grandma pipe up, so I can take this card to the bank and deposit my account, right? No, you take it to a store, as the Red Cross was explaining to her, and whatever you buy, you swipe the card. And pipes up the little grandma again. It's like, so swipe it on what? Like there's no
Yeah.
help.
So here you're getting a bit of a generational divide.
So
yeah.
no seniors advocate
Yeah.
on the go. Like these people really need help. It's almost like deer caught in headlights. So
Yeah, because people won't have that understanding. What else is on your list?
yeah. So the other one was rent.
Yeah.
This was interesting. Being around here so long, we knew what the off season would go for
Yeah.
for rentals. A good friend of mine, him and his family are not from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And at the time, they had a 3-month-old baby. So between their insurance and the Red Cross, they found a basement apartment for him. Now, having a young child is not great when you have tump on the ceiling above you. So he went looking for a house to rent, a nice upstairs of a bungalow or something like this. He was talking to one gentleman who he met in person and then got an email back from him, and he also photoshopped it and sent it to me, what the conversation was about. He said, well, I'll give you a 20% discount. He said, this will be your rent from October 1st to October 31st, and this is your discount is applied. Your rent will be $9,200.
Okay, right.
And this was $1,800 already taken off.
Yeah.
So, like, you think with the wildfires on the go and everything else, you have a bit of compassion or whatever, but most of these rentals, first words out of your mouth, insurance, and there you go.
So
with
this
that.
is, and in times of disaster response recovery, you see the first bit you mentioned, right? It's just the planning of making sure folks are taken care of, planning for, like you said, was it the kitchen grandmas you said?
Yeah, like an advocate for the seniors.
Yeah, of course,
to
advocate
help
for
guide them
seniors,
through.
and then and also calling on community to just think about prices and everything else.
Yeah, so when opportunity knocks, you see everybody come out of the
Yeah.
woodwork, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, when you listen, sorry to say, on the radio and other news, you get people up stomping their feet, wanting everything back that they had, but yet had no insurance. And after listing off every item they had, we're thinking in the back of our minds, like, one, that's a black eye for us, because it thinks we're kind of a crowd that want everything. But these are people that want everything back, but never paid for their insurance, which people scrimped and scraped and got what they had to do for insurance, and yet want it all. And we're thinking, why don't you sell one of your toys and get your insurance?
And for me, the way I look at it is that, and from talking to folks here too today, you're going to have such a range of hurt and damage, and then also when people sometimes speak, how that sounds to someone else in a different position.
Yeah.
You're going to get all of that, right?
Yeah.
I only have a couple extra minutes because we got to get to other folks. What's your
All right.
final point on this?
The other thing is sitting quietly in the background, you get to see and notice a lot of stuff. And basically, if you had someone out there in front that would say, this is what I went through, this is what I did, someone for guidance, someone who was there who went through this to know. Because, I mean, I'm pretty well covered and taken care of, but I'm still sitting in the back of the room thinking, does this apply to me? Like, how is this? Like, we need guidance, just not like an everyday job for the Red Cross. They've been there for so long.
No, you're
But
talking extra.
we need
to
focus
to
and
get
guidance.
stuff across the finish line of where it's going and to explain where things are at.
Yeah, because we don't know where we stand. Like, it's just, we never been here before.
It's a new thing. You're waiting. You're trying to figure out whether it's waiting for your foundation to be poured, but wondering for someone else, wondering like all that.
Even waiting for your insurance, waiting for you guys.
exactly.
Because like I was telling you in the beginning that I had my insurance person and I went to 3 of them before I found the guy. Then all of a sudden he disappeared for 2 weeks on the holidays.
Yeah.
I can't stop his holidays because he needed it. But thing is, I had questions to ask, and I had no one to get a hold of until I kept asking, and then I finally got somebody.
Last question before I let you go. Look ahead, right? The look ahead for yourself. If you get some more answers around things, and what's the look for you to be hopefully back and settled again?
Well, I'm not starting to rebuild until the new year, but other than that, for this to become what it used to be in North Shore, probably won't start until about 5 years.
Okay.
It's going to take a long time to get back on our feet. And with Riley Balsam being our PC representative now in the party here, he's young. Hopefully he takes this, runs with it, and does something phenomenal for the North Shore and makes a stand for himself and makes himself known from this.
I believe it was on the morning show this morning with Jen White talking. So it's nice to hear, always to hear from representatives from communities. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing your list and also talking about your concerns. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And nice to meet you.
Have a good day.
You too. See ya.
Bye.
All right, Tracy Crocker there. We're going to go back to Larry Baldwin here now. What are you going to play for us now, sir?
Let's do a gray foggy day. That's another Newfoundland tune.
There you go. And yeah, it's kind of gray today, so I like your Newfoundland tunes. Hit me with it.
been some years ago since I left from my island to go to the mainland, like some old folks would say. As I walked up the gateway and I stood on the starboard, and I gazed at the harbor on a gray foggy day. Summer days, they were warmer then, when we laughed at the old fishermen, and we cursed when the fog rolled in, and we made up the hay. It's been more than a long, long time since I held you and called you mine. We pray that the sun will shine on a gray foggy day. Wake in the early morn to the sound of the old foghorn, and wait for the men to return with their boats in the bay. All these things I don't see no more. When we lived on the old Cape shore, there are no fishing boats on the moor. It's just a gray foggy day. Summer days, they were warmer then, when we laughed at the old fishermen, and we cursed when the fog rolled in, and we made up the hay. It's been more than a long, long time since I held you and called you mine, and we waited for the sun to shine on a gray foggy day. As long as my heart don't break from these old memories, old lovers and old used to be, yeah, I'll come home to stay. I can still hear the ocean roar through the hills on the old Cape shore. There are no fishing boats on the moor. It's just a gray foggy day. Summer days, they were warmer then, when we laughed at the old fishermen, and we cursed when the fog rolled in, yeah, we made up the hay. It's been more than a long, long time since I held you and called you mine, and we waited for the sun to shine on a gray foggy day. Yeah, we pray that the sun will shine on a gray foggy day.
Great job, sir. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
So we've got one more song for you, I guess, just before the end of the show. So I'll ask you what it, or actually save it as a secret.
Save it as a secret, because I really don't know what it is yet.
Try to figure it out.
It's be a secret for me, too.
Yeah, so you look it up. Thank you so much for that. I'm Adam Walsh. This is The Signal. We're live in Conception Bay North. We are talking to folks about recovery efforts after the summer of wildfires. We've got someone brought a cake. Come on up. I love it when people bring cake. I'll get you. All right. So first of all, introduce yourselves.
My name is Marie Kennan. I'm from Small Point.
My name is Stephanie Hatch. I'm from Western Bay.
My name is Tina Burden. I'm from Broad Cove.
Okay. Thank you all. And what does the cake say?
Path to a new beginning.
Tell me about your thoughts on that, if you could. Who wants to go with that? Path to a new beginning. Well, I know. So we were talking earlier. Foundation laid, or is it being dug this morning? Basement being dug today.
Yes.
What's that like for you?
Awesome. Long time coming.
Yeah.
Even though it's only a few weeks ago we lost everything. But path to a new beginning starts today.
Yeah. Yeah. So were you just outside watching as the basement was being dug, or did you leave them alone a bit, or what?
Pictures.
I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, and so where do you work to in town anyways?
I have Burdens just across the street here.
Yes, we were supposed to be in Burden today, but we couldn't get the connection to work well enough, so we're just across the road. The other question I have for you, too, when it comes to burdens, What was the reopening like of having folks come back into the store?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
What did they say when they first walked back in?
Everyone walked in and was like, well, we're glad you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were glad to be back, seeing everybody's faces again for the first time in weeks.
Well, I was just hanging out a little bit this morning there and just having folks pop in. Say, it's a tip. So for Newfoundland and Labrador folks listening across the province, it's your typical shop that could be in any number of communities around the province, right? Everyone knows everyone. Someone's coming in, saying hi. Some folks came in. I don't even know if they were like, it was just more like to stop in to say hi and then maybe buy something as well. It's the community feeling around like a store, right? Which is so big. How long have you worked there?
Just since June.
Yeah.
Got evacuated 4th of August and was home until 3 weeks ago.
Path New Beginning. How are you feeling about everything?
I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, it's coming along for me too. I'm getting my basement in and everything is working out. Yeah. So.
And yourself?
And I'm one of the ones that lost my home, everything. And my husband lost all his fishing gear.
Yeah. So the rebuild, it's a longer thing.
Devastation. Everyone.
The one thing I've noticed too, and I think, a lot of spots around the province, you can pop in and you feel community, but the thing that I keep finding here, like the amount that people talk about the support and how people are there for each other and the importance of it. Even showing up on do a radio interview with a cake, which is much appreciated.
Oh, yes. And like I said, I'm waiting now to hear if the government's going to help us in any way or what's coming up. A lot of us are
Where
only...
the Red Cross funds are going.
How everything is being distributed, that people with no insurance should be treated. It's a natural disaster. They should be looked after.
Yeah, and this is the range, right, that we're hearing, right? It's the range for everyone, but then everyone talking about their own kind of individual experience, but that paints a picture for everyone else.
We're insured, so we're pretty much covered. But for the people that's not insured, they're still just as much part of the community as us. So.
So we talk about it, the word gets out. I know that also, you've had government representatives in here, right? And there was a change in government, but the representatives are on the ground and hearing folks and just seeing what can happen.
They should be out here, talking to those people. Not going at other things before they look after us first.
Try to get through and to rebuild
Yes.
and to move, to hopefully, collectively, move beyond the summer of 2025 to something,
Yes.
hopefully, down the road better.
And
We're
For
all
everyone.
done with this past summer.
Yeah.
Everyone is
Yeah.
done. Time to go home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For everybody.
For everyone.
I want
everyone.
to go home, but I can't.
Well, I just want to say I know you three of you were a little apprehensive for coming on the radio, so I appreciate you bringing the cake over and having a little bit of a chat with me. Thank you so much, and it's been nice meeting you. All right, see you, and good luck with everything, and I'm thinking about you all, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Adam Walsh. This is the Signal Live on location. We're talking to, like I've been saying through the show, right through the whole hour. We're here talking to a range of folks who've been through a bunch of different experiences, all collectively living through a disaster, and now trying to rebuild. Come on up to the microphone. We got. There's like 3 or 4 microphones here. It's kind of confusing. I'll get you to introduce yourselves.
I'm Lynn Slade.
Hi.
I'm Susan Travers Delaney.
Hi. I'm Adam. Nice to meet you.
You too.
A big part of today, I've been asking folks about where things are at now and just their thoughts on where things are going. And there's a big range of challenges with that, depending on who you are, depending on your experience. Just wondering about both of you and just your thoughts on where things are right now.
Right now, I think people are starting to rebuild. There's a little bit of hope there, I think, for everybody. Like, ones with insurance are starting. Hopefully everything works out for people with no insurance. All the best to them. As a community, I think we'll get through it.
For ourselves, as Lynn said, we are starting to rebuild. Our community still has some very big holes in it.
Yeah.
The loss of our school being one.
Yeah.
That was the life of the community.
Yeah.
The kids, keeping the kids around and making sure that we had families here. And with the loss of our school, our families are going to be gravitating towards Old Perlican or towards Carbonear that way. And I think it's going to be a tremendous loss if we don't have something for our children in this area to keep our families together.
And Who's married to a firefighter?
It'll be me.
All right. A quick question for you now. What are your, like, for all the folks, I mean, look, it's the Red Cross, I mean, it's everyone, but specifically if we think of the firefighters and the firefighter families, what are just your thoughts on what they went through and what they did for protecting this place?
Bless them all.
Yeah.
They had it was a struggle,
Yeah.
and some of them still having a struggle.
Yeah.
So I mean, like what they done and what they're doing, they need to stick together, and they really need to speak. A lot of them, and I know a lot of them that still have dreams.
Yep. Yep.
There's a lot of them that do have dreams, and it's just a reminder.
And supports, they need, like,
They need the support.
and they need access. They need the supports that are there now, and that
Yes.
support needs to continue from now, next year, and the
Yes.
year after
And it's
for something like that.
Yep, and it's the little things. Sometimes when they see certain things, it reminds them of the fire.
Yeah.
It do.
Yeah, it's like, feel free to keep the conversation going with me on that. Anytime you want to get in touch with me afterwards, just let me know how folks are doing. And you come in for a radio chat lunchtime. What are you both doing for the rest of your day? Like, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. But what's on the agenda for both of you now?
Well, my husband is the mayor,
Yeah.
but he's home with our daughter right now.
Okay.
So we're going to be up here tonight for the shed party.
Yes.
There you go.
And trying to have a bit of happiness in the middle
Yes.
of all the sadness.
There you go.
And bringing a bit of life back to a lot of people.
Quite the lineup, and
It is.
you
Getting
can't
ready
beat a
for
good shed
tonight.
party, and this is a nice lineup. So yes,
Yeah.
Do enjoy tonight. And thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
We will.
All right, see you now.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, there you go. Looking forward to the shed party tonight as well. Scott Chandler, how you doing?
Not too bad, Adam, and yourself?
I've seen you fairly frequently, or talked to you at least fairly frequently. Where are you right now with everything? Because we've chatted from back in the summer, in the thick of everything.
Yep.
When we did a show in Carabinier, the second of the evacuation centers.
That's right,
And
yep.
now here we are today. So where's your head around things for progress?
Well, we're queuing up our program here at Salem, so I just want to give the listeners some context. So the Salvation Army was providing food here. We had 4 volunteers, 3 of them are actually in the room here. So Marie Kennel, you just spoke to, she was one of the volunteers. Leona Jenkins, Joan Dwyer, and Jean Lovey. So these 4 women in the last month and a bit did 6,200 meals, 419 liters of coffee, over 10,000 snacks to the people of this community.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Another statistic I want to give, we've given out about 82,000 liters of bottled water. So that just shows you like how many people need this service, use the service. And unfortunately, we wrapped up that program here the 31st of October.
Yeah.
But now we're moving into more or less food hampers and whatnot. So that's the next phase that we're
Next
going
phase
into.
of moving.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, that's so much work, and so much effort that everyone's been putting out to help. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. As you know, I lost my home in the fire. Just dealing with insurance and
Figuring all that out.
Yeah, figuring all that out. Bit of a gong show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, me and my wife, we fall into the underinsured category. So we don't have enough to rebuild, but we're hoping to figure out some planning through the Red Cross or whatever. But we're just, like I said, I'm holding in.
Look, thanks for the updates. Thinking of you and the fam, and I hope things work out for you guys.
Thanks
as
for
much as
having me, and I
possible.
also want to say thank you to retired Captain Larry Baldwin for playing music today. That was really great.
He's a good hand-o, Larry. He's
Oh,
pretty,
we do,
pretty
we
good.
do.
Thanks,
Great.
man.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Haley Pruden, how you doing? And let's get Tony up as well too for the final guest of today. Hi again.
Hello.
Tell us what you're up to, Haley.
Well, I recently was hired on to be the grant support and disaster recovery assistant. So right now, I was one of the few people who put together this Salem Shed Party event.
Yeah.
So we are trying to engage the community as well as invite people from outside to come celebrate with us for the live streaming of the concert.
I'm hearing folks are getting pretty excited about the shed party tonight in concert. So how are you feeling about it?
I'm actually quite surprised how much positivity and like the magnitude of people who say they want to come out. We initially thought it was just going to be something small for the community because, you know, a lot of people don't have sheds or share public space, and then it just kind of amplified from there. So what turned out to be a small idea ended up being a very big idea and lots of enthusiasm.
See, when an idea is great, it can start small, but then it just takes on a life of its own because, you know, and especially when it's folks who are just wanting a little bit of stuff to kind of keep their minds off of things for an evening. So we're short on time today, so I just want to say thanks as always for talking to me and stopping in on the show.
And we have raffles going on as well.
There we go.
$1 tickets.
Thanks. Haley Poudan there. Tony Marks, last but not least, here today. Thanks for coming on the show. And this is a conversation I want to continue, but you had just some thoughts that you want to tell folks a bit about yourself, and then and we only have like 2 or 3 minutes roughly. Sure. But and then a bit of the issue, the crux of the issue. You want to talk about.
First off, I've been a seasonal resident here in our community for about 19 years now. So transitioning into retirement here and been a part of the community for a long time. So this is about rebuilding. I think first off, thanks to CBC, I think for helping with the rebuild as we go through this, getting the message out, getting the word out, which is really important. Also want to give, a real special thanks for the absolute incredible work that our town council has done here. Volunteers who have worked around the clock, literally around the clock, to help with the governance and the representation that our community needs. Which I think leads me into the second bit here is really about almost the elephant in the room, Adam, about the unincorporated areas that were affected during the wildfire itself. So I think approximately about 132 residents, give or take, in the unincorporated areas have no representation. Where, for example, and people are moving through this, but where the Red Cross money is how it's being allocated, who they speak to. So it's a real vacuum. And I think that this I can't do justice, I think, in our conversation in a couple of minutes, but the talk and the need for unincorporated areas to become incorporated is, I think, it's a necessity, I think, and that's a part of the rebuild in the community itself. So this goes deeper and bigger, has bigger questions for our politicians outside of the North Shore here that were affected. This is, I think, a provincial issue that needs concentration and it needs direction. And to be honest, I think it really needs to answer some of these tough questions about the non-incorporated areas in our province.
Well, we'll see if we can build a conversation around that in the future for a future show. Tony Marks, we're out of time here now. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and talking about this, and we will follow up to keep this conversation going.
I appreciate it. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, Larry, now you said you're going to keep it as a surprise because you didn't know and I didn't know what song was coming next. What did you settle on, sir?
You've Got a Friend.
I mean, that's perfect. So you're going to play us out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for this.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right, Newfoundland Labrador, Larry Baldwin here playing us out from Conception Bay North. Thank you so much for listening to The Signal today.
When you're down in trouble and you need a helping hand, and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me. Soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You can call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. When the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow. Just keep your head together, call my name out loud. Soon I will be knocking upon your door. You can call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there